Hey Moglets! Today's the day you've all been waiting for, Monday. Who are the 10 heroes I use most? I'm actually not too sure myself, but Genshin will tell me. Coming in at number 10, I'm actually surprised myself about this, but Zhongli is actually on this list. I haven't used Zhongli for a long time, but she is friendship level 7, which is, yeah, my 10th highest, or that amount of friendship level 7. A lot of that friendship was obviously in the beginning. You know, we do have her level 80. She did at one point have some decent artifacts, and I actually raised Crescent Pike mostly for her. We did actually get her skills up decently high. You know, we have 11 Pyronado, 10 Guobo. Up at number 9, we have Hu Tao. She is actually only rank 9 because she's a new hero, a new-ish hero. As of recently, I've been using her the most, almost in every team. I just really like her playstyle, plus I have a 5-star weapon for her, so that helps. It is / was my plan to make her my first 10-10-10 hero. We're 2 out of 3, but for the last 2 sets of weekly bosses, perhaps 3 once we do them this week, we've gotten 0 of these things. Since we don't have a single friendship 8 character, up at number 8 is Zhongli. I originally raised Zhongli just to make a showcase more or less, and then basically didn't use him for like 3 or 4 months, and then, you know, once he got his buffs and he was like, hey, it's, I'm trying to, hey, you done? But yeah, then after he got all of his buffs and he was OP and really cool just in pretty much every team, I started using him in almost every team. His talents are actually pretty solid. We have level 9 ult, level 8 shield, 6 basic. I've never really tried him as a main DPS. I don't think I ever will, honestly. I just really like him for his shield, and his ult is cool too. Up at number 7, we have Ganyu. She is also a somewhat recent character, which is why she's not friendship 10 yet. Although I will admit that I'm not using her as much since Hu Tao joined the party. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to have both of them in the team, and at the moment I like using Hu Tao more than Ganyu, so that's just what it is. I mainly focused on her basic attack here as far as talents are concerned, and from here on out I'm gonna more or less have to guess because everyone is friendship 10 in the top 6, but I think I'll be pretty accurate. I'm gonna say at number 6 we have Mona. She was actually a pretty recent friendship 10 and also a pretty recent character that I started taking along with me again. She was my second 5-star right after Kaching, and literally in the next 10 pull I got Mona. I was using her a little bit in the beginning and then like for not 5 months basically at all, and then I'm starting to use her a lot now, and she basically just got to friendship 10. I really like Mona. She's still a little bit weird to move with. I haven't gotten used to her dash yet. But yeah, her ult is just crazy with that omen. And yeah, she's just a really solid support. I'm gonna say Barbara is probably rank 5 here. Again, I used her a ton in the beginning, but then when I got Chi-Chi, mostly I replaced Barbara with Chi-Chi. Nowadays, I mostly use her for stupid challenges, but she is a really solid healer. Basically a water Chi-Chi, honestly. But she's easier to C6 and thus get a revive. I would say Venti is rank 4. Again, I used him a lot in the beginning and middle, and probably some of end game as well, but I'm not using him that much these days. I'm just trying to kind of think if friendship went past 10, what they would be at now. And Venti would probably be at like friendship 14, maybe, whereas the others would probably be at like, you know, 16, 17, whatever. Which brings us to rank 3, which I'm gonna say is Kaching. I know most of you are probably expecting she's gonna be rank 1. That's just unfortunately not true. I actually haven't used her that much for the past month or so, though it is debatable whether she would be a higher friendship than anyone else because, you know, for the first like 4 months, she was the only main DPS I used at all, so I don't know. But the next 2 characters I've been using pretty much ever since I got them and almost never swapped them out of my team. I was actually planning on making Kaching my first 10-10-10. We could actually do it as soon as the next event drops and we get that crown, because we have plenty of these things, but still crowns are very rare, and Hu Tao might still be faster, we'll see. Up at number 2 is most likely Chi-Chi, though she could maybe swap with Kaching as well. She was 99% of the time with Kaching because I mostly had a physical Kaching and Chi-Chi was easy superconducts. And then after I started using Kaching less, I still mostly had Chi-Chi in my team. And as for number 1, who is it? Who is it? You probably guessed it already. Yeah, it's the 4-star Banette. Of course it's Banette. It's always Banette. I think pretty much the only time I haven't had Banette in my team was somewhat recently, because I was doing some Rosaria stuff and they don't really mix that well together. I think I was trying physical Kaching and Banette kept making Kaching's attacks fire, and that didn't really work out. But then, yeah, besides that, he's like basically always in my team. I dote on Banette like in literally half of my videos already, so I don't know if there's any point of me saying why I like him so much. I mean, he is just a god. A big attack boost. That's the main thing. How about the characters I don't use at all? I think Xiao is probably the big one here because I did get him up to, I guess, 81. I think the main reason is because I'm stuck with Deathmatch here with its pitiful 450 base attack. It just kind of turned me off of using him. That might be a big reason. I really like his gameplay style actually, but he's only friendship 4, which means, yeah, I barely use him. And I've actually had him for a bit. Kind of the same story with Diluc, though I don't like Diluc's gameplay style as much. And he even has Wolf's Gravestone. He is also missing 2 artifacts, to be fair. Rosaria, obviously, haven't been playing with her too much. She's still friendship 1. Though she is a very new character, but I mean, she shouldn't be friendship 1 still, I guess. Child, Tartaglia, whatever you want to call him. He's never even been out in the field. You can see we don't have 1 pixel of friendship. But he is level 60, so we are raising him, just not using him yet. And I think that's pretty much it. The other characters just aren't raised, so obviously I'm not going to use them until they are. I kind of feel bad looking at Xiao's 4 friendship. It's just that I kind of have like set teams already and he doesn't really fit in, you know? Like Xiao would be a super good like first main DPS. Not to say like he's less quality once, you know, you get further into the game, but like he's just kind of one of those solo characters, you know? Like, he doesn't really fit in any team, but he also fits in every team, or it just doesn't really matter what team he's in, kind of. I guess Diluc is kind of a shame, too, considering he is actually maxed with a 5-star maxed weapon. It seems like such a shame not to use him. I just don't know what it is. Maybe I would have to raise Water Dude. Like, I could accept his slightly slower gameplay style if he was, you know, doing some mad deeps. As for the heroes I'm using most as of right now, as of today, regardless of friendship, is who you see in my team. I only really swap one of these 4 out if it's absolutely necessary. But yeah, in 90% of the cases, this is my current team going forward. The first one I would swap out if element didn't really matter would probably be Mona though. You may notice Chi-Chi isn't in this current team and probably she won't be that much going forward. Because with Hu Tao being my main DPS, I really don't want that much healing, and Banette's healing is plenty. It is a little tricky having Banette and Hu Tao together because she needs to do her ult really quick before Banette heals her, but also have his attack boost. It's a little bit hard, but it works out mostly. She just needs to be at really low health. But there you have it, my top 10 most used heroes, along with a couple that should be used more but aren't. I don't know why I included that. Just kind of sad. But yeah, make sure to tell me what you think in the comments down below. Dropping a like on this video if you did happen to enjoy is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.